was not in love with her. I did not have an affair with her. I'll tell you something. If I was going to take her away for a weekend, it damn well wouldn't be to some medical convention.
Seneca, would you lower your voice? I don't know who's in the courtroom.
No. See, that isn't a courtroom. It is a madhouse. This whole thing has less and less to do with Nell or me or how she wanted to die. Her rights, my rights, our privacy. My word to it. You see, that's what we should be talking about in there. Not what Harriet Hill and I did or didn't do at a medical convention in San Francisco.
Seneca, did you know that Dr. Hill was in love with you?
I knew that she liked me. I liked her. I knew that if I wanted to pursue it, which I did not, that she'd probably be available. But I wasn't prepared for what she had to say on the stand, no.
I don't think it hurt us. In fact, it might have helped.
Really?
Levine asked if she was in love with you. She said she was. And it was clearly very painful for her. Now, if she had been a liar, she surely would have lied about that. And I think the jury may feel if she was telling the truth when she said she was in love with you. She was also telling the truth when she said there was no affair. All right. Now tell me something. Now, if the jury is so committed to truth, then what is all this maneuvering about? I mean, why don't you just tell them? Now, look, Nell's brain was dead. She didn't want her body connected to life support machines. She asked me not to let it happen to her. I didn't. Now, you see, that's not murder. And I don't see why 12 decent, reasonably intelligent human beings can't understand that it isn't. Come on, Seneca. We've been through all of this before. What you did was not permissible under the law. It is as simple as that. But if you will just please try to stay calm and ride this out with me, I know we've got this case won. Our next witness is Dr. Hagen. Now, I know that he is going to be very, very effective.
Excuse me.
Yes, Dr. Hill.
May I see you for a minute, please?
Want more of your favorite soaps?
That's great.
Log on to abc.com/daytime. Watch current full episodes of All My Children, General Hospital, and One Life to Live.
Online critics love it.
Plus, get exclusive sneak peeks of what's coming up next.
Sounds like a thumbs up to me.
Connect with other fans to discuss what's on your mind.
I always want to hear what you have to say.
And check out the 101 galleries to get an intimate look at the history of your favorite characters.
That's the best news I've heard all day.
Find it all now at abc.com/daytime.
You know how it is. You look in the mirror one day and you go, how am I going to lose this weight? eDiet's meal delivery from eDiets.com. It's the easiest, smartest, most delicious way to eat great and finally lose the weight. I know you're thinking, eat great and lose weight? Really? Really.
You'll love the food. There's no MSG, no fake sugars.
The food tastes fantastic.
It's awesome. Very delicious.
It tastes wonderful.
Call now or go to eDiets.com. Choose from over 100 fresh prepared meals. Not dehydrated diet food, but really delicious food. eDiets will deliver your favorite meals and snacks in a chill fresh container.
All you have to do is relax, enjoy, and eat great. All the way to slim.
I lost 115 pounds.
65 pounds.
25 pounds.
94 pounds.
Along the way, eDiets.com gives you real support.
Terrific online tools, access to registered dietitians and trainers, and friends who care about your success.
They're there with you to hold your hand, and they really care.
Truthfully, I like everything about eDiets.
I've lost 30 pounds. All of a sudden, I find myself a changed person.
Hey, I made it to 50 pounds, and look at me now, I'm 60 pounds.
Millions of people have turned eDiets.com to lose the weight. Now it's your turn.
Call or go to eDiets.com and sign up for 7 full days of meals, 3 meals per day, fresh prepared just for you, plus snacks. So don't wait. Join eDiets. Eat great food and lose weight fast.
I believe that eDiets can change people's lives.
My husband will often say, "You're the hot wife." That's just boosted my confidence a lot.
eDiets has changed my life forever.
Call to find out how you can get 1 week of meals absolutely free. That's right. 1 week of fresh prepared food, 1 week of weight loss, 1 week of success, free.
Free? What are you waiting for? Call or go online to get started now.
Call 1-800-279-1604 or visit ediets.com now.
When did you get here?
About 5 minutes ago.
I had this craving for...
For what?
Cannoli. Lou just put them up. I got 6 cannoli.
To eat or just sort of hang on to?
You two met?
Yes, we introduced ourselves.
At which point one or two things began to add up?
Is there any coffee in that pot?
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Oh, it had a lot to do with Jack's reputation.
Would somebody mind cluing me in on what's going on?
Which reputation?
His reputation for honesty. See, there are a lot of things that happened here at this apartment that just didn't seem to make sense this morning. I mean, Jack knew all this interesting stuff about Frank Ryan, and I began to think that maybe he was making it up, which would have been a terrible disillusionment.
Why didn't you tell her we were engaged, honey?
Well, good reporter doesn't tell everything he knows.
Oh, no. It's called protecting your sources, which we all tend to do, Mary, even if our sources don't deserve it. I enjoyed meeting you.
Oh, don't go. I really didn't mean to interrupt.
What are you doing down here anyway?
Oh, I just needed the financial file on Gilchrist Manor. I left it behind this morning. Really, Martha, don't leave on my account. I gotta get back uptown anyway.
I promised you breakfast.
Oh, well, but I'm not in the least bit hungry. I'd like to thank you for the fascinating morning. I think I need to go away and think. I'm not at all sure that I understand it all.
I give you a call later and try to explain it.
Oh, no, that's all right. If I need any help, I'll submit written questions. Mary, I'll send you a copy of that piece on the congressional candidates.
Thanks.
Unbelievable. Good luck.
I think the Gilchrist Manor stuff is over there in the newspaper. You got time for a cannoli?
No, but I got time for a question.
I'll just put on a pot of coffee.
Jack, will you please stand still a minute and look at me? What was that all about?
I have a plane to catch, but I wanted a moment to say I'm sorry.
And no apologies are necessary.
I was just telling Seneca. I thought your testimony was extremely helpful. It was simple and direct and very honest. And in the end, it can only have a positive effect on the jury. If you'll excuse me, I have to talk to Dr. Hagen about a couple of things. Take care of yourself.
Thanks, bye. Is that a Walter Hagen from Houston?
Yeah, we asked him for an opinion after, well, when Nell was on life support.
Well, you asked the best. I am sorry, Seneca. I hadn't told Miss Coleridge as much as I should. And I let Mr. Levine back me into a corner. And then I discovered I couldn't lie under oath. I wanted to do better for you.
Now, Jill meant what she said. She thought it went very well. I'm sorry that I wasn't more perceptive in Minnesota.
Oh, no, dear heart. If you'd known how I felt, you'd have run screaming. Well, as it was, we had some perfectly delightful times together.
Yes, we did.
May I say something about Nell?
All right.
I didn't like her very much. And I didn't think she appreciated you. On the other hand, I never wished her any harm. And I'm glad that things were better between you before she died.
Thank you.
I think that what you did was a generous and loving act. And I hope you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, at this point, I really don't care about that. If somebody in there just understood what happened and why.
You know, I had a very interesting conversation with Miss Coleridge on the way in from the airport, and I have the impression you're in very good hands. Why don't you just relax and let her do her job?
She's been telling you that I haven't been her most cooperative client, isn't she? Huh?
Something to that effect.
I'll tell you, she's been very patient with me. Matter of fact, a lot of people have been extremely kind. I know what your schedule's like. I hope this hasn't been too disruptive.
Not at all. I wanted to help. And I'm glad to see you.
You know, Jill really wanted to avoid putting you on the stand altogether, but when the district attorney called Elizabeth, well, she didn't have much choice.
Yes, I know. Miss Coleridge said you were honestly surprised by what Elizabeth had to say about us. I couldn't tell at Mount Royal if you didn't know there was any gossip or you didn't care.
About 50-50. Now, the surprise was finding out how Elizabeth apparently felt about me.
Mm-hmm. You are one of the few people I know who could have a secretary for 5 years and not pick up on the fact that she had a crush on you. You know, between me and Elizabeth, aren't you beginning to wonder if there were any other opportunities at Mount Royal that you missed?
Were there?
Yes, actually there were.
No, well, I'll tell you, gossip doesn't really bother me one way or the other. I figure that people are going to believe what it gives them pleasure to believe, but what I don't like is the idea that I was insensitive to your feelings, because I did and I do care about you.
Thank you.
Well, I just wanted you to understand.
Look, it's all right, Seneca. I take very good care of my feelings. I don't let them get hurt easily. Which is why you are now free to answer the following question honestly. Is your staff at Riverside by any chance in need of a little research on glycogen storage? I happen to know someone at Mount Royal who'd like to come east.
Well, I see, first of all, I don't even know if I'm going to have a staff at Riverside. Even if I'm not convicted, the county medical board could still decide to lift my license.
They wouldn't.
Well, you never know what a committee's going to do you?
Well, that's true enough, as we both well know.
And, well, secondly, there's really a very little turnover on the staff. It's, I have a waiting list.
I understand. Will you, let me know how all this turns out?
Of course.
Good luck.
Thank you. And, thank you for being here.
Well, I care too. Goodbye, Senator.
Goodbye.
The first Erica Kane wedding.
Finally getting married again.
Without Erica Kane.
She just vanished.
Runaway bride.
Be with me.
Or victim of foul play.
My mother's life could be in danger.
Watch All My Children, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 8 on SoapNet.
There's another way to minimize litter box odor. Purina Tidy Cats. Our premium litters now work harder to help neutralize odors in multiple cat homes. Purina Tidy Cats. Keep your home smelling like home.
I'm Ronnie from Jersey Shore, and keeping it real is what it's all about. That's why I use Xenadrin.
I'm Sonia, and I got real Xenadrin results. I lost 35 pounds, and I've never felt this sexy.
Get Xenadrin today.
Get Xenadrin. Get results.
So what's the snapshot discount?
It's pretty revolutionary. Patented, actually. It takes a snapshot of your good driving habits so you can save money.
Just like a snapshot.
That's what I'm talking about. You're in a sports car. Show it to me. Yes. I want to believe it. Fierce. Love it. I think we have it.
The Snapshot discount. New, huge, and only from Progressive. Genoa City, a place for families to fall apart.
I will get my daughter back.
You betrayed me. I'm done with you. There's no more family.
The Young and the Restless, tonight at 7 on SoapNet.
A paternity revealed.
Lucky and Nicholas deserve to know the truth. If I tell them, it'll blow them apart. Either you tell them, or I will.
And
Johnny's recruiting you to work for the Sakaris.
will his need to prove himself push him to the mob?
I have to make this choice on my own.
Watch General Hospital, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.
I am chairman of the Department of Neurology at the Houston Medical School, and I'm certified by the Specialty Board. I am an advisor to the American Institute of Neurological Diseases in Washington, and I serve on the President's Committee for the Study of Neurological Diseases. I have written 2 textbooks in the field and over 100 articles in this scientific literature.
Dr. Hagen, would you tell this courtroom why you flew from Houston to New York to give an opinion in the case of Dr. Eleanor Bolak?
I was asked to do so by Dr. Marshall Westheimer, who is Chief of Staff of Riverside Hospital. We're old friends. We went to medical school together. I would have been delighted to have come and offered my opinion on Marshall's request alone, but when he told me that the patient's husband had specifically asked for me, I was doubly glad to do what I could.
Why was that, Doctor?
Dr. Seneca Bolak is an eminent physician whose work I admire very much.
I see. And did you come to New York at Dr. Westheimer's request and conduct an examination of Dr. Eleanor Bolak?
Yes, I did.
And what did you find?
There was no cortical brain wave pattern. Dr. Eleanor Bolak had suffered what we call brain death.
Dr. Hagen, how could you determine that condition?
By electroencephalograph, an EEG. Dr. Westheimer had presented me with an EEG taken immediately after the emergency operation. I used another machine, but they were the same as we had expected. I was also shown X-rays that were taken prior to the rupture of the aneurysm, and I was given a complete description of the operation by a resident physician, Dr. Moultrie. The conclusion, sadly, was one that could have been drawn by any first-year medical student. The damage was irreparable. Dr. Bolak's brain was dead.
And did you conduct further examinations?
I ascertained that her heart was good and that her pulse and that her respiration could probably have been sustained indefinitely by mechanical means.
If Dr. Bolak's heart was strong, did that mean she was alive?
Objection, Your Honor. It's not the purpose of this trial to provide a definition of death.
It is the purpose of this witness to define Eleanor Bolak's physical condition at the time that he conducted his examination.
Objection overruled. Proceed.
Eleanor Bolak's heart was strong. Did that mean that she was alive?
Well, in the crudest terms, the heart is a pump. It's true that we can't function without it. There are any number of organs in the body without which we cannot function. Kidneys filter, veins conduct, glands generate. But I do not define that person which I am or which you are in terms of filters or pumps or generators. I am not a mechanical part of me. My heart and my lungs could be completely and irreparably damaged without spontaneous function, and yet I could sit in a hospital bed and watch a football game on a television set, discussing it with a friend, because my respiration and my heartbeat were mechanically sustained. But if my brain were without spontaneous function, there is no machine on earth that could make it go. The essence of life is not, as the ancients once thought, in the heart. It is here. When I examined Dr. Eleanor Bolak, her brain was dead. She was gone. Consequently, I cannot understand why Dr. Bolak is on trial here for the murder of his wife, since, in my opinion, she died immediately after the operation, 2 weeks before the respirator was disconnected.
Next, take a trip to the Upper West Side on Ryan's Hope. Later, spend some time in Genoa City with the Young and the Restless, only on SoapNet. People
are talking about General Hospital's Sean Butler. Patricia Rich posted on Facebook, he is a good-looking bad boy with a good side. I'm really digging this one. Elizabeth Cross agrees. Oh yes, he is a sexy man. Zookie Williams-Ellis adds, I trust my eyes when I look at him, and they like what they see. Judy McCoy says, good choice, GH. And Kathleen Hahn sums it up. So damn hot. People are talking about General Hospital. Weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.
Think a thick cream is the only way to firm skin? Challenge the need for such heavy measures with Olay. New Regenerist Microsculpting Serum for firmer skin in 5 days.
Pretty heavy lifting for such a lightweight.
Olay Regenerist.
You can change the way you look.
After having 4 kids, I really let myself go. Quick Trim helped me lose weight fast. I went from a size 14 to a size 6, and I love my new body.
Quick Trim. Create the body you deserve.
News reports have described toning shoes as dangerous and presenting major risks. Toning shoes like Skechers Shape-Ups have a specialized design that makes it harder to maintain balance. Wearing them places more stress on muscles and bones than standard shoes and may lead to falls, stress fractures, and injuries to the joints, tendons, and ligaments. If you've suffered serious injury as a result of wearing toning shoes, you may be entitled to just compensation. Call the MedLaw legal team of Janet, Jenner, and Suggs at 1-800-987-6636. That's 1-800-987-6636.
Dr. Tom?
It's time, Erica. Choose a door. This is the next phase of your journey as a patient.
We're all patients of his. He didn't tell you?
I wanted to think that I was the only one.
This is my past, my regret.
Do not dwell in the past.
Leo! I just want to know why it all fell apart.
Do not dream of the future.
9 years from now, something awful is going to happen here.
Am I dead?
Concentrate the mind on the present moment.
Oh my God. What if I made a mistake? I told you that I was ready, and I'm sorry, but I'm not.
An original primetime drama.
You get one life, and it's not about how long or short it is.
It's what you do with it.
Being Erica. All new, Wednesdays at 11, only on SoapNet.
The truth is out.
Their lives exposed. Their secrets revealed.
Wow. The book everyone's talking about.
And now the reviews are in.
If you're gonna burn one book this year, burn this one.
The Secret Life of Damien Spinelli has hit the shelves, and things will never be the same on General Hospital.
Scandalous.
The Secret Life of Damien Spinelli. Now available at abc.com and wherever books are sold.
Who still uses the word minx?
What do you mean? What was that about?
Oh, I don't know. There was some very funny vibes flying around.
Martha works for Ed McCullough on the Banner.
Yeah, no, she told me that.
She's doing a piece on the congressional candidates. I ran into her in Frank's office.
When?
A couple of weeks ago.
You didn't say anything about it.
Well, come on, Mary. I see dozens of people every day. I don't say anything about it. Hey, Mary, I took down the garbage this morning. The sanitation men said we need new garbage pails. What do you want, a minute-by-minute report?
All right, don't be cruel.
Well, what is this?
I'm sorry. But when I walk through the door in the middle of the morning when I know I'm not expected home and find Miss Martha McCousas all relaxed and happy and very surprised to see me and more than a little cautious about why she's here, and then you come through the door and look like the roof just collapsed on your head when you see us together. Under those circumstances, my darling, yes, I think I am entitled to ask 1 or 2 questions.
I was giving a colleague some professional advice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Some colleague.
That's not my fault.
What isn't?
What she looks like.
You noticed, huh?
Of course I noticed. And I also have to tell you that she's a very smart lady and a damn good writer, and I'm not gonna have this.
Don't raise your voice to me.
You started it. And maybe just as well. Because you better understand right now that one thing I won't tolerate is having to explain myself to a possessive female.
What?
I mean it, Mary. I see a lot of people professionally, some of them women. And I'm gonna go on seeing them at home or anywhere else. And I'll not be put in a position where I have to worry whether I'm gonna make you jealous or justify myself if I have.
Oh, but you got to be jealous of Sam.
Well, that's different.
How?
Sam's obnoxious.
Oh, he is not.
No, besides, what I objected to in Sam wasn't Sam on the job, but Sam using the job to see you all hours of the day and night.
Well, so what's this? The newsroom at the Banner?
You know, This is exactly what I spent the last 15 years of my life trying to avoid. I am what I am, and I do what I do. And I don't want to owe explanations to anyone.
What's really going on, Jack?
Come on, Mary. Don't cry.
Oh, I'm not. I'm not gonna cry. On the other hand, it kind of felt like you were saying that you didn't want to be tied down, which of course we all understood. But like you really don't want to be tied down. In which case, I'm not exactly overjoyed.
But just a minute, just wait a
Jack,
minute.
what the hell was Martha McKee doing in this apartment?
Talking politics.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, honey.
Me too.
It was the cannoli. I mean, I just can't stand the idea of your sharing cannoli with anybody else.
I'll try to remember that.
She was so good looking and so sure of herself.
Oh, lady reporters need all the help they can get.
What does that mean?
Man's business, it's hard. Listen, I'm not used to explaining myself, right?
I know.
It's gonna take me a while to get used to the idea that anybody cares where I am or who I'm with.
I understand.
Be patient.
You too? Oh, I know. I'm jealous and possessive. I mean, I can't help it. I'm trying not to be.
Don't try too hard. I think I like a little of it.
You get the phone and I'll get my file.
They're over there. Yeah. Finelli.
There's something I want to say to you. And if you want to hear it, but Mary's still there, why don't you just pretend that I'm Ed McCullough from the Village Banner? Otherwise, hang up.
Not at all, Ed. You know, I'm always glad to hear from you. What's on your mind?
Well, since I never intend to see you again, if I can possibly avoid it, there's just a couple of things I would like to get straight.
Sure.
What was it, Jack? A last fling?
No.
Reassurance? You're technically out of circulation, but you wanted to prove to yourself that you're still not trapped?
She's a very attractive, bright young lady.
Well, you're engaged to a very attractive, bright young lady. There's one thing I do know. I was really used. And I know that because I am so mad my knees are weak. And I feel ever so slightly sick because that's my classic reaction whenever I know that I've been had. The question is, how?
Your basic assumption's wrong.
Oh, I don't think so. Did you want to get caught, Jack? If not this morning, some other time, maybe?
That's pretty stupid.
Oh, I think that makes more sense than anything else. You got me up there, and then all of a sudden you got too scared to go through with it, right?
Now, Ed...
Well, I see the picture. You are nothing but a miserable, sniveling, very frightened man. And you don't deserve Mary Ryan or me. And you've just shattered the last of my illusions.
Oh?
Yes. I always believed that good writers were nice people.
No trouble at all, Ed. I enjoyed talking to her. See you at the wedding rehearsal, if not before. Yeah, I'll let you know. Bye.
Is Ed going to be one of the ushers at the wedding?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that.
Well, I thought we'd already agreed I don't tell you everything.
Oh, I can't wait to meet him.
You're gonna like him.
Was he calling about Martha?
Yeah, just checking up on it.
Honey, I'm really sorry. Is it all right now?
If it's all right with you.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you.